Good evening, everybody. We are up. I hope we are live. If you can hear me and everything's all okay, just give us a thumbs up in the comments. Back to another Thursday evening. Well, it's evening here. I know for some of you guys it's early morning, late night, and whatever. I try to do them this time. At least it gives everybody a bit of a fighting chance to view the live. Again, what I have done, Bosch, there is subscriber mode on the chats. Anybody is free to come and go in the chat at the side and talk. Everybody is friendly. If you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button, jump across, whoosh, start chatting. Questions, answers, live stuff. We also are. If anybody's wanting to send any working, I will have a look at some bits of work tonight. There is an email at the top of the screen, which is critiquemytackle@gmail.com. Feel free to send it in. A little bit of a rundown, a little bit of an explanation. Don't get so many, but it gives us a bit of a chance to go through the works and see what's going on. But please feel free to send it. And again, by no means I am going to sit here and tell you that some people talk about it, but I am not. There is flaws in my own work. Somebody who's willing to hang out, give up my time, sit on here. If you want to set any work in, you can do it. So we'll have a look at it and we'll try and give you some help where help's needed. Or if you think you've got a particular problem, or you don't know something, or you want some advice, put it in chat. There's no such thing as a stupid question. The only stupid question is the question you don't ask. So again, with that, I know we've got some diehards in the chat already. We've got Jason. How are you doing, brother? Smoke. How are you doing? I hope you're all back in the chat after your right back moment. We've got Mad Tackles down there. He's on the same side as me. Yes, I hope you're mad as much as I am tonight, Mad. Somebody else earlier on. What it? Stay up, PJs. Hope you're doing okay, mate. And like I say, if everybody can hear me, just give it a thumbs up in the chat. Stay up. How are you doing, buddy? Bradley, you could make it. It was. I didn't know whether I'd make it tonight. We actually anyway, I did manage to get back in time. Quickly throw a thumbnail. I'd used it before. Just re-edited it. I didn't know whether it'd get out to everybody in time to say that we were going on. And when I went live, well, stay up, hot week, falling through, stay up, whereabouts? Are you this side of the pond? It's been warm in a lot of places. We've had a pretty crap summer up until this week. And then this week it's just got September time, it's just got went up for some big ass reason. Pennsylvania, USA, so you're on that side. That's probably in better seasons than us. I was a screwed up crap. Sean Ladd will agree with me. Let me just speakers in the background. Jason, South Carolina. But like I said, so again, if you've got anything that you want to send in and you want us to look at, we've got one in it's sent it in last week. They've done the line work on it. It looks like they've done the colour work on it. Send it back for us to have a look at. If everybody's wanting to send it as well. Woohoo! Top of the screen. Yeah, someone up there, critique my tattoo. gmail.com. You can we'll have a look. No special, just points, tips, hints. Before we start, hope everybody's okay. Anybody got anything special to report going on? Anything good going on this week? Let's see what's going on there. Also, any questions? You got any questions? Anybody got any questions about anything? I know I had another guy today asking again about the ambition to opt if it has any problems pushing flatliners, which I've just replied to it now. I commonly use 11 round liners, standards as well, 11 round liners, 14 round shaders, 1.5 mil cam. Pushes it no problem. I've been using the Bronc V12 a little bit more for shading. And it's been kids on over here, so it's a natural quiet period for us. They've just gone back. You can tell looking at the calendar, just gone back. People are booking in. We're now starting to get more inquiries, so fingers crossed that all picks up just in time for October for me to say that's it. I'm off that one, and everybody in a week. So, anybody got any questions? Anybody got up to report? Trying to waffle a bit, let the more guys catch up. There's a few of you watching now. Guys in chat, fine, totally good chat. And, see what's going on with everything. So I know I was just looking at the problems are moving. He's now got himself. He's moved in with his in-laws. He's now living with his mother-in-law. He's still got a roof over his head. As I say, make sure you get to the right bedroom on a night, Jason. Otherwise, you will be having. Smoke's reporting he's okay. I know he's had an arm injury. He's on the road to recovery. I think he's been able to get his brace off. He's on the road to recovery. Yeah, that's all that matters, Jason. I got my wife. Yeah, that's it. Everything's all good for you, mate. It's all working out. No doubt it will definitely smooth its way out in the end. Well, looking at this, guys, looks like it's going to be a quiet night. Short stream, a few on, less everything. Let's catch up with a few other people on notifications. And that is, it'll be a short-lived, quiet night. Like I said, not a great deal to report going off in shop. Just cover-ups. I don't know what it is at the minute. Cover-ups. I don't know whether you guys have attempted cover-ups. What Smoke got here? Yeah, the hand is moving around okay. I'm still mending. Yeah, I probably thought it's going to take a while. I don't know what the sexy Smoke, but usually with all like that, it's usually a few months. Everything. Get everything going. Bradley, I'm going to send a few in for critique and drive. No problem, Bradley. Like I said, I don't understand. I mean, you get 10 to 10. And again, you guys, and a lot of you join in, and I know some of you guys, you've got so many different time zones over there. I suppose it could be like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, depending on where you are over there. So I do understand it's hard. I even thought, oh, I could do a live stream through day because it's been quiet in the studio. I could do 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. But then for a lot of people, you're either at work or it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, Jason, it's like it's only 5 p.m. So it's only 5 p.m. there. So you're looking what? A 5 hour difference between us, really. And again, if I do some at 2 o'clock, 5 hours, 2 o'clock, so that was back to 12. You're talking about 9 o'clock in the morning. You're just not going to do at anything. So unfortunately, I've got to later on. And, do it a little bit later and do it from home. I know I spoke to Dave. He's been busy, new shop. She's finding nice. He's had a bit full. So all the rest of your day, hope it continues. Just build your clientele from there, my mate. Because there's nothing worse than trying to rebuild all your clientele, especially when you've moved in maybe an area that you don't know. Stay ups. I've got one on there. I've got it on this screen. What's told before, so blend, etc. Yes, I have. I've found fantastic flesh tone. I've told a lot of people about it. It's made by World Famous, and it's called Mona Lisa. Even down to the point, still, that we've actually blanked out fake tattoos back down to skin colour to cover them. Well, if I've done a cover up, if I do a cover up and I can't quite get all the design where I want, it's a really light piece on the outside. It's only a little bit. It's only a little bit, and that stuff will cover it. It does cover it, and then what I do is just pack over it. I'll do a pack over it while I'm working. Let it settle. I'll do another one. Pack it 3 times, and let it settle in between each one. And then what I'll do then is, when I've done is, I'll just go and whip it out back into the skin gently, just to fade it out naturally back into the skin. And it's been great. And I mean, other flesh tones for blending. I use a lot of, with that Mona Lisa, I use a lot of, I would tend to make them in the tube. I use very pale browns, beige, black caramel colours, really pale pinks, a little bit of red and stuff like that. And I will make them. I tendency to make flesh tones myself, but if you went out of the bottle, and depending on what you're doing to it, you just says you just put on here, have you used flesh tone or to blend, etc. So that's all you've put on there, my mate. So I don't know what you're actually aiming to do with it. Is it covering? Is it or anything? I don't know, because that Mona Lisa, it's good for as well. Is if somebody comes in for a tattoo and they want you to rework it, and lines have naturally, shall we say, blown, they're blurred out as they've settled, they've softened, they've moved out, then you go back over it with your liner, and if there's a little bit left, too much black hairs that you want on outside, a small liner just go down outside, get rid of a hell of a lot, and that for you, it's really good that way out. It's really, really good. I use a lot of it. And to the point, I've got a lad in at the minute, and he's wanting to cover up with about laser. Now, I got him to let me experiment on his arm, and he got some old black down here, and it was solid black. And I knew I wouldn't cover it in one go, but I asked him if it was possible I could pack the ink over the top, see how it healed, to see whether it would it down far enough was possible to go over using true tone greys or grey greys or anything. And he said, yeah, so I will report back on that when he comes back in. He was coming back in for another tattoo on his chest, and he was back booking in for laser, but when he comes back in, hopefully I can get a picture. I'll report back. It might have worked, might not have done. I just bought very faded stuff, and very faded black. I've managed to get rid of it with even to the point hey Pommy, how are you doing, mate? Glad you could make it. I don't know, it's some really nice time to play down under. I don't know what time it is. Let us know what time you're looking at. Are you getting ready to go to work, I assume? Good morning. But yeah, I did a lad's back. I reworked a tattoo on it and some writing underneath it. But faded, it was really faded. I couldn't, without making this tattoo something like this, which he didn't really want. Went over with a flesh tone, packed it a couple of times, and it seems to disappear. It all disappeared. So I've had good results with that. But that's from World Famous, and it's called Mona Lisa. That is very, very rich in pigment. Is that one? Very rich in pigment. Again, what I will say, joining the chat, guys. If you can't join, it may be because subscribe or just subscribe to the channel, both straight across chat with questions in. Everybody's fine, everybody's good. They're all here to help. Everything's good there. If you can though, just give the stream a like. Help me out with YouTube analytics. Getting, shall we say, a small channel moved out a little bit. Again, I've got I'm going to jump in and look at some emails in a minute. While I have off, I'm going to see if I can get this. What's that, Pom? I've got to leave in 5 minutes. You keep breaking up, bud. Keep breaking up. What? Can you hear me any better now? Oh. Let's get that. Is that any better? Nobody said about breaking up. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Under the sea. Is that any better? Is that any better? You're breaking up, oh, bollocks. 1 second, guys. Oh, Mac. Been muted. Open that up. Audio output. Default. What's this? That, so let me know if that's any better than what I was. Jason says you can hear fine. Yep. No. Yep. No. Any better? Somebody let me know. Because I've got. Sounds like I'm underwater. Sounds like I'm breaking up. Somebody says I can hear me. So I don't know what's going on at the minute. Right. I think it's way better now. I don't know what. To be honest, I don't know. Just let me know, guys, if it's. I mean, it's just on, cameras, or if it's cameras fucked, it's fucked. I don't think I could smudge it to anything else. Well, I'm sure you guys will let me know anyway. I'm sure you guys will let me know. It's dog shit. Somebody will be saying. Mad says, yep, better. Cool. lost word now. Smoke says, I looked at my YouTube audio settings. Maybe that's. I don't know, Smokes, when it is. When I go on this, I go on this bloody streaming app, and I go off at microphone. There's 3 different microphones, and I never know which one to press. I'll be honest. I never know which one to press. So I've just swapped it off one onto another, and if that didn't work, all we're going to do is open it back up and swap it onto another one. But there you are. Audio. Jason's got a thumbs up. Smoke says better. Mad says better. Pommy says audio. Up, down. I know it's got a long way to travel from UK to Oz. Is it any better? If not, I will try for next time. Can't promise, but I will try and rectify it. What were I doing? That was it. I'll just set my screen at one I saw for you guys. Yep, for you guys to, so we can have a look at these things. Yep, I'll look at these emails. Got some work. Work in, oh no, we got it from, obviously we got from Bradley. Like, I haven't put a name on it, but I don't know whether that's Mike Parrish that sent it. They open it up, they'll have a look. I'm sure one of you guys will either confirm it is or it isn't. With that, I'll tell you what, with that, let's get on with the show, guys. Let's get on. So, right, we all see. Oh, is my cursor working? So we've just got 2 in. Obviously, Bradley's 1, and I think it's maybe Mike. Well, I tried in full colour. I can't figure out these needles out. Right. Well, that's what we're here. Hopefully, we can help you with. I don't know what I am doing wrong. Help, please. What am I doing? I like it, but not good. Right. So let's soak it up. Before I zoom in, guys, let's soak it up. You've got 2 seconds. Quickly, from this far away, zoomed out. Let's see what you guys have got to say in chat, what you can see about it from this distance out. Yeah, don't want to pull it any further. Initial thoughts. Let's have your initial thoughts. Of course, I would say, looking at your screens, probably initial thoughts. The colour choices and everything seem to be about right for something different at this. Yeah, Jason, it looks from here, it looks quite pretty. It's and everything. Got the tones in the face. But we will say off the bat, even from this distance out, before we get in, I will probably, I maybe say that we might find, especially looking at this section here, that maybe having a problem with blending. I can see a little bit there. But you guys got any thoughts? Drop it in chat. Quickly drop it in chat. We don't have to spend a lot of time. Then I'm going to zoom in, and then again we'll take a look at it together. You drop in what you think. Went through his line work last week, and not going through his line work again this week. He's done and looks like he's taking it on board. We'll say to start with, I think the skin that is used is, shall we say, the better quality, cheaper skins, e.g., it may be the 3mm skins, but the ones you still get on Amazon, like 3mm thick, and it takes some work to get inking properly. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in and we'll take a look. I can't get in any further. Yeah, Bradley, nice colours, nice fresh colours. What we'll say, if we start at the top, start at the top, work his way down. Is getting his black in, it. Again, the skin just be a bit richer. Maybe just work a little bit slower over here with maybe a little bit more needle out and work slower and get this, try and get this black a little bit richer. It's not that it's not in and it's not black. It just could do with being a little bit richer. It's a black, no problem, and out. It's got a little bit of texture. Again, like I say, these coming down the face, these, shall we say, skin tone, and from the darks to the lights. Yes, this is what he's got. I think this is what he's saying. He's got to figure out needles and how to use them, because really this been there and softened out into this lighter tone. Now, unfortunately, it's not here with the look of it. Mike, he's not here, he's not chat. But it would have been nice to know whether he's using mags or using curved mags. What needles he using? Is he using standard 12s? Is he using 10s, 8s, or 00s? What you want to call them? It'd have been nice. Again, we've got that colour, use the standards, but I'll be honest, I use 10s. Use 10s for my colours, 10s for my blacks. Black and so mine are standard 12s. I do have the odd liner down in the 3s. It's a 00 or an 8 just to make it a bit thinner, because personally I can't work with a single needle. But again, it's like coming through these leaves. Coming these leaves, up where he's up to his back, you can see. I don't know whether you can see. It's just got this little bit of a light line up against the black. Look, this green, even if you lock onto that black a little bit, it's not going to hurt it. It's just going to eliminate this bit of a line. And then once you've got a little bit, if you're coming in and you're working out, one of the keys to colour packing, whether you be colour packing or whether you be shading, is being steady and consistent. If you're going to go like that, you're not consistent. But if you get your voltage right and you just steady like that, you shade, you will get a smoother tone. Same with your colour packing. As long as you get your voltage needle right, it's like I said, slow and steady. You go in a circular motion, and that if you slow colour packing, you just go in a circular motion, slow and steady, slow and steady. And when you come into it, or if you want it to fade out, come from there in slow and steady, whip it out. It's like a pendulum effect. That's, if you can think about it, if you want to do it, if this is the skin, your needles are in. What they'll do is they'll come with the lines there where my knuckles are. Your needles will down, come back out there. And if it's consistent all the time, you will get a smooth shade. And then what it's a case of is going over and over and over, building your colour. If you need it really dark in here to start with, you want it super saturated, you could do something, go in, do some of it with the circular motion and just whip it out. Tommy sent you a couple of works. I did rush them. No problem, Tommy. We will have a look for you. I know you're going to work, buddy. If you want to watch it back, appreciate it. But again, yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Maybe just need to slow down here and go back in, and you've got the colour transition. I mean, you can see the colours. I'm not really going to say much about it. It's got his darks in here. You've got, it'd be nice to have a really dark green here, a little bit of a light green and a yellow. What I usually do with this style, which you can do it this way, like this leaf here, I go dark here, out, and then fade it off to here, so that I'd go my lighter green from up here through into here, and then a yellow off outside. This side of the leaf, I would have started with my darker green on the outside, and go from there, dark green whipped in through here, maybe down there, a little bit of lighter green, and then I'd have had a little bit. All right, this yellow, greenish yellow, may not have worked, but what you could do is tone the light is coming out with a little bit of yellow. Josh, glad you could make it. It's just we're just hanging out. Josh, asking questions. A couple of guys, a couple of little bits of work in Josh to email across the screen, and we just take a little bit of time just to go through it. There's not many, so just take a little bit of time just to go through it, buddy. And that's it. Just to help out. Again with these yellows, you see he's getting his tone a little bit more, maybe orange, deep orange through here, and down to yellow. But where he's struggling, as we can see, is use of the needles and getting a hang of how they work. This is where, and it frustrates me because this is where it'd be nice for. I can't remember. Was this Mike Parrish? We all remember Mike Parrish. Was this his piece? I'm sure it is. Now, this is where, if it is, there would 2, 3, 4 days of literally somebody being over the shoulder and showing them as they're going along, and just saying to them, look, now you've done that, now try this, do it this way, and you can watch them. You see the difference? Yeah, right. To do this, where you can have hands-on, right? Hands-on. Are we allowed to say that? Politically correct. Where you can be there and correct people straight away. For this guy, it's probably going to take him 2 or 3 days, and he'd have it cracked. Now, but and again, as we've said, but because unfortunately a lot of you guys, and it's so hard to get up into shape, and we want this, and so much learning out there to be done. You're self-learning, and you're doing it, then sending it in once a week, and we're having a look, and then you've got to go away, try to figure it out, and implement it. Right. You've got to go away. It's not the ideal situation, but this guy, somebody just been over his shoulder, just broke him out like here on this, you see, just smoothing, where he's got to have more of a line. Yeah, it can work, where it's just been faded, blended off, and then his next colour brought back into it. You're just showing him how to do it. And going from there. Again, his fake skin's not this fake skin. It's not going to help because it's a cheap. Like I said, I think it's the better than cheap. As you can see, if it is the person who I think it's Mike, he's actually on point. I probably wouldn't have used. I think it is Jason. I think it is Jason. I think it is Mike from Georgia. He usually comes on and goes, "Hi, it's Mike. It's Mike from Georgia." Whereas again, round here, just these couple of areas could just been a bit saturated. Same. See this little area here, that could have gone total black round to there and just faded out. So that just a little bit weak, and he has admitted that he's struggling with people grouping. This little bit of shading here could have been a little bit more smoothed out, and then I know how you faded out, whipped off a little bit. Don't think any of you maybe use black. Let's just, I mean, it doesn't, from this distance, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look horrible. If you was going to use black, then punch it right in, and then from here, fade it out a little bit further along under this lip here, because you would have a natural bit of shadow, and then just gently fade it out as it comes down. Well, I get to watch that today. Hear the roasting from you, Andy. Roasting. I don't get there's roasting over here at a minute, mate. It's the weather, and that it's not like weather that you get. But look, I'm saying you're doing this. You know, for me, you've got to go to work and finish painting that shit. You keep your holding the job up. That's what's wrong with you. Monsieur Candy, nice to see you. Nice to see you on chat. I think is it the first time you've been in chat? If it is, thank you. I appreciate you joining. Everybody's great. Everybody that's in chat now, give Monsieur Candy thumbs up, a like, a hear, a welcome, and everything. And you're more than welcome in the chat. And again, like we say, Monsieur, we just, I hope I was pronouncing your name right, Monsieur Candy, a bit like spelt like the French. But we just go through a few people's work. There's not a great deal. Try to give them pointers, not so much trying to, as Paul thinks, roast them. Try to give them pointers. Oh, good. I am pronouncing your name right. There's no worse than live on stream butchering somebody's name, is there? I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you jumped in chat. It's nice to see you there. And we look forward to hearing and seeing more from you, my friend. Yeah, these, again, like I said, this black could have just been faded out. It's my last finish. And I don't know whether it's so much with this black as figuring the needles out, as to go in which direction to go. Whereas it could have worked to get a softer tone. It looks like he's gone in maybe with the edge of the mag or the edge of a needle and worked in this direction round it, which is all well and good. But then if we'd done that little bit, then taken his mag and turned it flat and just gone from this line here and just feathered it off in this direction with a light hand pressure, it would just give him that smoother tone out away from the black. Just would have given that smoother tone out, I would think. But again, this is where it would be nice, and like I said, and it frustrates me. Basically, if I could physically sit there and look over his shoulder while it's doing it, you could correct it straight away. Give him the tips and the points straight away, to the point that it's all like got yourself to a point in the tattooing game that it's just finessing everything off. And with the tattoo like this, and maybe a couple of them, you can get him so working it. He's got 90% of the basics all there, and it's just a case of honing them all in and working out from there. I know he does great artwork and he's great, and everything. He does openly admit that he finds tattooing skin the hardest medium he's ever done. But again, like we say with this one, we just do a softening off, direction. Going to come off this black edge here. Going to come off this black edge, basically. Dug his needle in just into this point, just come out, worked it out, and just few passes, and here you go. Rob, how are you doing, mate? Glad you made it, Rob. And I think in these, a little bit of red mixed with the yellow or some deep oranges would have given this rose the deeper shadows that reserves. We've got close to you guys. This little bit of black that's under here for shadow again. This it looks like it's been done with a mag or needles where it could have gone through the mag, just softly, small movements out. I mean, it's at the end of the day with the mag. If you're coming off your line, you don't have to go all the way out like that. You can just flick off the edge of a mag, and you will get it. It will blur the edge of the line. It will soften it, and from there you will see you can just move out. What flesh tone is used or mixed up his own? Good question. Good question. Unfortunately, Jason, it's not here. But this here, this area, this looks like to me, I would say like a darker brown under here. Could be wrong. I'm talking at my ass about this, but on the screen it looks like a darker brown. This looks like some sort of flesh tone, of a lighter brown, beigey colour, maybe mixed. I think the lips, when I zoom out, are the most lost parts on it. I think they're a red, my personal opinion. I don't know what you guys think. That's just from my point of view. I think they've just been a little bit, brighter red, so they actually stood out a little bit more. But again, once we zoom away from it and we look at it like this, when you get on top of it, this area of black is nicely put in. Can you? Oh, are we on there? Yeah. This area of black is particularly that's super rich, super solid. Again, some of these areas could have just a little bit darker, which is just going back in and going slow from maybe starting off at this line out to probably about there, just pack it, and then from there just fade it up, whip it out like he has done, which will just give him that little bit extra, a little bit more richness. And again, leaves, it's got the three colours I like to see personally. Maybe a darker green, because if I'm doing leaves like this, I use dark green, light. So I use dark green, I use lime green, and then I use golden yellow. They're the three colours of primary use for leaves, and I can mix this, I can mix them from there. A little bit of orange, a little bit of red, just to get your undertones in. Again, as we were saying, need to figure these needles out and figure the shape out to smooth it out, which is a lot to do with hand speed and voltage. Well, hand speed and hand pressure, should I say, along with a bit of voltage. But generally going in the right direction, it'd be just nice, like I say, if just getting that bit of extra further. So, with well, unfortunately, he's not in chat tonight, and can't do that with him. Hopefully, next one should be able to. Right, let's moving on. We've got Bradley. Oh my God! Oh, someone got fuel. Right, Bradley. I've been working on stippling and shading with just black. Nothing wrong with that. That's good. I know the skull is a little harsh, but on the other hand, I am proud. You know what, Bradley? If you're proud, Mike from Georgia, we've just finished. We've just been on that hill, and I'm showing we have literally just finished, and I've just clicked on what I'm doing was your gypsy head and what needs to be done And unfortunately, I don't think it was in chat at the time where you were struggling with your needles and your needle configuration. But what we will do, Mike, if you're hanging about, we'll come back to you. We will have a word with you and see what you're struggling. Or, to be honest, Mike, start working in chat what you're struggling with as regards needles. We'll go back to Bradley. If you're proud of your own progress, that's a major thing. If you can sit back and you're happy with it and you're proud of it, it's always a good bonus. Oh, we got a little frog. We got a little dancing frog. What we're going to do with you guys again? Couple of seconds. Let's soak it up. Anybody got anything to say? Got anything to add on the initial thoughts about this? I've got a couple of little initial thoughts about it on the back, but when we move in to it, I will explain them from there on in. It's a funky little idea. So, has anybody got anything off the bat they'd like to add about this? I know he's practicing his stippling. So, right, let's zoom in. Yeah, it's a cool thing. What I will say, Brad, I don't know whether you had or hadn't, or whether you can. Unfortunately, it looks like, and I know it isn't by looking at it, it looks like it's all the way around the outside of the line. You know, I think it's ink splattered. I think this is ink splattered, just maybe clean. But what I will say, stippling, yeah, you're getting there. Another thing, just another thing, Bradley, on stippling, if you can, and it can't always, it's like here, you have to stippling into it. If you can, try go with, you know, instead of just going in straight lines, if you can, some places you can't. If you can try give a little bit of direction, maybe curvature or anything with it, it will help immensely. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying by any chance that this is wrong. I'm just saying it will help. It will help. Even with stippling, it will help you dimension to your character. It's like if you were stippling a leaf or a petal, and this leaf was curved like that. You try stipple to make the curve instead of going straight across, just to give it that little bit of character. But again, what I will say, just let me zoom. Oh, shit. What have I done here? Oh, let's go back. Right. Go back to there. What I will say, Bradley, all I'm really good to say about it, you're practicing your skills in it's like these areas, because as you can see with the stipple shading, Bradley, it's all the same colour. It's all virtually the same colour. And a lot of this is done hand speed, pressure. I don't know if you the easiest way to probably learn stipple shading. If you're used to lining, let's say 7.5 volts, knock your machine down to 5 volts. Knock your machine right down to 5 volts. It will help you because stipple shading is just a series of passes, just basically bouncing over the skin, putting dots. And what you do, it's like on here, whip it out, and then what you'll do is, if you want this area darker, you'll go over this area more times, then you'll work out a little bit further, and vice versa, just so you're getting more dots closer together. And then right at the end, what I do is I can flick right out, so dots space apart, which then will give you the effect of it being a lighter tone. So it's just a case to get your dark tone, a case of going, keep stippling over the same spots, which will put your darker tone in, because then there's less space in between you, and your lighter tones is obviously not as many passes. But if you slow your machine down, it will help immensely. especially when you're starting, because if your machine's too high, too fast, and you move to what you draw, you just end up drawing a line. So there is people out there that, believe it or not, can stipple at 9, 10, 11 volts. It's like, boom, mind blowing. So easiest way of learning, drag your voltage right down, and then go through. But uh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Obviously, you try stuff. It's a nice little bang of towel. Just all I said is like maybe under this arm, under here, back, especially back in there. Couple more passes. Put that in really, really darker, and just to give an extra dimension of colour. It'd have been absolutely spot on. What we got? Boom, out Bradley. Yeah, this was done at 5 volts with my packer. Right, Sam, so you've got it. So you know, so you had 10 volts down. That's what I say. So now it's just a case of, and you can do it, you don't have to do it in a piece, Bradley. Just get a square on a corner and piece of it. Do some stipple shading, mate, and then just have a play. All right. So, right, stipple shading that. So if I go in, then over the top, but don't go as far out. So if you do first you stipple shading and you go from there to there, so then I'll try this. I'll just put some smaller ones from there to there with stippling it out. You will see the progression in the dark. All right, transition. Same again. If you just flick it out and there's less dots, you will see that's how then you choose to get your lights and your darks using your shading. But it's nice. It's well done. Clean enough. Just got to work your lights and your darks out with it. But if you're willing to play around with it, like you are doing, you're going to get it no problem. You're going to get it no problem. Man. That's a sickle coming over the top here. Oh, look. Cool. Cool. What do you reckon, guys? Instant look. Let's pull it out to there. Let's go out to there. Right. Well, Bradley, you're welcome. Like I said, that's what I mean. If I can help you in any way, give you pointers, just give you a test. Because all it is, again, just before I go, it's just a series of dots, Bradley. Your machine lower. If you find it's running them in too quick for you, if your machine 4.9 or 4.8, some machines will, I don't know about that. Drop it down a little bit more. The other thing is, I don't know what size line to stick with. I prefer to stick with 3, standard 3, or a 5. I don't really go above that because I'd rather. Some people can go in with a 7 and a 9 and stipple shade. I can't. I like to build it up, slowly build it up, keep going over and over and over, just to get my dark areas, my mid-tones, and obviously just dragging it out further. And basically, it needs to boom, 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 boom. Banging it, bouncing across top of the skin like that, creating dots to get my lighter tones going out. And that's all it's a case of. Is just working out how to get your dark lights in. Sometimes they're going like that and you've got it in. If you want your darks in, you can cross hatch a little bit in back H3 dark. That's just something that you're going to work out. Now, on the off from this, how quickly what you do, we're all having a look. There. Anybody that's in chat, which one does everybody like on this most? I know which one I like. It smacked me in chops straight away. I know which one I prefer. The audio's breaking up again. Any better? Is that any better? Hold on. Right, guys. Is that any better? I've just noticed some volume on my mic went way up. So I don't know whether it's actually knocking it off or anything. What's the audio like? Sounds good now. Yeah, I've just noticed volume went on full nut. So I'm just wondering if it's actually breaking up because it's too loud. Yeah. Mike, I agree with you. hit me straight away. Like the mushroom. Cool. Really like the mushroom. I don't know what it is. I don't like the little ghosty cat, but I don't like the mushroom. Hit me straight away. It's the amount of stippling, the colour, and everything that you've done in the mushroom. Uh, on here. Bradley, sounds good. Cheers. Sweet. Sounds fine. Smoke. Thank you. Um, Bradley's got one here. It says, your audio is breakable. Yeah, we've got that one. I use a standard 3 on everything. School. I use a 7 curve back on it. Fine. It's no problem. Yeah. I just like to use a standard 3, mate. And just work it up. What you could do if you got a scrap piece, like I was saying on here, it's just whip, figure out how to get you dark, how to get it lighter. You're not hurting anything on the back of here. That's now you've got the technique. It's down to you to find your way of creating lights and darks within that. And as I say, all it's a case of, just got to remember it's a series of dots. So if you're doing this, go over this area more, it will go darker. This area, not as much, it will be a bit lighter, and this area even less. Your dots are spaced apart, so it'll be lighter. That's how you create it. That's how. There's no great rocket science behind it, but that is how you create it, down to you. Again, yes, I get what you're saying about this skull. You've gone with a mag. You've lost it a little bit. Either dark's not dark, or you try shading out, whipping it out, and it's not quite worked. For you've admitted that. Yes, it loves how much control has got when it's stippling with small liners. Yes, you have a lot more control stippling with a small liner. That's why I like them rather than stippling with a big 7-round or 9-round liner. It's just not for me. Again, like I say, going on your stippling. Go on your stippling here. I can't get in any further. I'm sorry. Look at these moons. Tips of these moons. Can you see how you? This is what I'm on about. Can you see how it's nigh on in there? And this area gets a little bit lighter when your dots are a little bit further apart here, and then your dots are further apart. And can you see how it gives you that gradation of contrast? And that's what I'm doing. What you've done here, you've done that. The only thing what would have been nice is just in that very tip. If you could have punched it a bit more black, but hey, that's your choice, not mine. So let's stick in from the other one. It's cool. Again, here on this mushroom's darker. Again, dark red, the colours in. I'm assuming we've got the dark red, a bit of a black, we've got a bit of a highlight. Just watch some of the line work and the weights of line. Generally, it's fine. It's a little bit light and a bit misty there, mate. Everything's generally good. I think you've got a bit of a wobble on going over there, or you struggle to go in, and you've gone over it a couple of times. But these finer lines are cool. What I'm saying again, you're stippling, you've hit it here. You've got dark, really dark under there, and you've pulled it out to a lighter shade and a lighter shade up here. And this is what we're saying. Same over here. This is black, super black, like you've got in, but you've got a really dark shade with stippling there and there. That even though it's black, it's still not quite as saturated as this, and you can make it out, and it works really, really well. Again, yeah, we'll discount this one for you. We'll discount this one. I don't like that one. Again, with this one, don't get too complacent, but it just got a little on your line work there, mate. It's either a pickup or down, or it's not gone in and you've missed your line going over. Little tip for you, mate. You see, if you do that and that happens there, if you're going to be able to come off there, fatten that line up, well, brought it into there. Then I'd have come down to this one, fatten this line up, brought that into there, and then I'd have done it on the other one. That way, then. And I know you have to do it 3 times, but that way then it's not going to stand out there like that, and you're going to have 3 lines that look like it's got like a little bit of shadow under it, even though it's just a bit fatter. just a little something to think about when you finish. You look back and you think, I'm not right happy with the line. How do I need to fix it? Well, I could fatten it up, but fatten up is going to stand out on its own. So where else do I need to fatten up to make it look right? That's just that's the mindset you've got to get into, because everybody makes mistakes. It's how you fix them. And as long as they're not major mistakes, e.g., you're writing somebody else's name on their arm, they won't Peter on their arm, and you put Billy Bob on their arm, and you're okay. But yeah, it's cool. Just a bit of practice with your stipple. This one, I like how open this one is. Just missing that tiny little bit of extra black pop it. But I like how this one is. You've not got OTT with it. That's cool. Good work. Keep it going. Keep practicing on that. Keep practicing on that stipple shading. And you'll get it. You'll get it eventually. All of a sudden, it'll just be like, you'll be stipple shading, you look back and you think, you said, oh, yeah, that's right. I've got it. Right. What else we got? But I appreciate you sending it in. And I know you guys really haven't had so much of a critique for ages. Or say critique. Help out, you know what I mean? Tips, tricks, whatever you want to call it. That way. So I just thought I'd put it on tonight for some of you guys. Again, like I say, if you're in chat or anybody that's watching, if you can give me a stream a thumbs up, it will massively help out. We're trying to get around a bit on YouTube, get the community a little bit bigger. We're just struggling at the minute to get stuff up. And that's my problem, not your guys, but every little thumbs up helps. But we got Bradley Boom. Appreciate the advice, Andy, and appreciate everyone else's comments. I'll put them to you. Yeah, you might take a little bit from everything, Bradley, put it all together, and you'll work it out. Just you'll figure it out. You've got the technique. You've got the technique just out there. So it's just a case of figuring out for you what works for you to get your lights on darks. Like we said before, what works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you, or it's going to work for Jason, it's going to work for Spoke, it's going to work for Rob, Mike, anybody else that's in chat. So this is why we're going about fundamental basics. Once you've got your fundamental basics, lining, packing, shading, etc. From there, you will learn to tattoo in your own way, e.g. what works for best. You know how it should go in. You know how it should look. You know whereabouts in the skin it should be. But just because if I'm colour packing like that, and let's say 6 volts, nice and steady, and your hand speed's a little bit quicker than mine, you'll find 7 volts, you can do the same as me. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. It's what works for you. It's you know what I mean? I might colour packing. It's like going in clockwise circular motion, and people might pick up on it. I go anti-clockwise. Make a difference. Does it shit? All do the same trick. The end result. It's like I did something. I'll be honest. Up until one of the subscribers pointed something out, and it's what we got, Monsieur. Favorite is the ghost, always open. Yeah, I mean it's nice and open. I was just looking my matters from the stippling point of view. If I was to go favourite for favourite, me personally, I like the frog. Put the frog out of it all. But again, it's just how it is. But we appreciate everybody's chipping in. Schedule video text. Oh, 1 minute. That is down. It's all right. I'm just talking to myself, guys. So, but losing myself here. It's got mushroom was favourite. Mushroom had more details. Was my first try. Mushroom then ghost. Yep. I just liked how you got the. It was so. I just liked how you just got token gestures shading in. I just liked it. Like the mushroom. But we have got Mark for all you guys out there. Mark is. So we've got. Hey, buddy. Hope this email finds you. Oh, right. So it says, done these, rushed them, thought I'd give you a look. Cool, no problem. We still appreciate you taking them in, and we'll have a look at them. I just do notice, Pommy, that you rush your tattoos, but it's taking you a long time to paint that ship. That's what gets me. You spend your time painting in your ship, but you rush your tattoos. I'm joking. Right, guys. Initial thoughts. Initial thoughts, guys. Now, some of you, this does. I'll be honest. This one does. Mark, Pommy, whichever one I want to call you by. Pommy, we'll call you by Pommy. Everybody knows you in chat as Pommy. This one does look rushed. I'll be honest. It has a blurred effect to it. It does look, and I also am assuming that this form is meant to be angular, shall I say? This one, obviously, this is like there, straight in there, but this is curved, and you've only got one line through, one through there, and one through there. Whereas this one is what I would say it's more like a horn, straight round, two lines in. And this is what stops me straight away. This line is obviously a lot fatter and looks to be a lot more well put in than the rest. This is the same through here. I think what we're lacking here. Oh, yes. Highlights, open skin, room to breathe, versus also Jason. This is Pommy. You know, it would in early, was had to go to work as Pommy. It's Pommy. It's this. Yeah. We've got. I don't know whether this is. See. Yeah, I don't know whether. I think this is meant to be like a bit of shading and everything around the edge. But let me just get it to there so I can see for you guys. But like around here, we've got a little bit of black here that's saturated, a little bit of black here that's saturated, a little bit. But this it's not saturated. And this is what I was saying about rush. Same here. Where the blacks are, they need to be saturated. This gum line needs to be defined through here. Because as mad as this goes, this could have been black on top of here. Then this section and this section at Jot, they could have been black, faded out, you know, to a lighter grey through here. Could have had black under there. It's yeah. Like he says, he's rushed it. He has rushed something here to get it out. We can see through this shading needs to be smoother, very tonal. Very tonal is this. What do we reckon, guys? If it have had proper black in it, if it had proper black in it, proper hard pack, saturated black in it, it would have set, and some negative space, left open space, it would have been a lot easier to read. It would have been a lot easier to read. Even if it wasn't 100% great, it would have been a lot easier to read. Whereas at the minute, it's very, shall we say, tonal. It's very muddy. There's not very, it's not very well defined due to it. We can see that we've got the dark here, we've got the dark there. Just under, we can still see these bulges round this area for me, and I don't know about you guys. Around this like jaw area, top lip, jaw area, and especially on this side, and this side at mouth seems lost. No definition, it's lost. I think somebody. Hey, Stevie Green, where the hell have you been? And I'm a poet and I don't know it. So I think somebody put in there. Oh, right. Yeah. Slow down, work on smaller areas. If Mike is right, slow down, work in smaller areas. If you want to tattoo, but you're hard pushed for time, you're learning to tattoo and you're hard pushed for time, e.g., other commitments, and that, and you've only got an hour and a half a year, because they do take time, they do take a long time to create something. What I would say is, like this piece of, for me, this piece of fake skin, if it's a full piece, what I would say is, for me, if you could divide it either in half or into four and work on either something half the size or a quarter of the size that fits in with your time schedule, and you can spend the amount of time that it requires, that even to do a simpler tattoo exceptionally well is better and more beneficial to you learning than to undertake a bigger piece where you don't have the time for the commitment to sit there. So you think it's I want to get it done. I've got to get on with this stuff. So you're rushing, and as Pommy has said himself, the rush, and it's got lost in translation as this one. Yeah, I sent another one in. Let's see what the other one says. So again, this is the other one. What I will say again, yes, for me, time is a factor, Pommy, for you, because again, these are looking. Let me just get rid of that one. Time's a factor because as I'm looking at this one, the crow of the raven lacks. The crow of the raven here lacks definition. If it's going to be black, make it black. I've got this skin, and I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's a brand. I don't think it is. This skin looks, and I could be wrong. You might put me right. This skin looks cheap. Struggle. What we got? Just 1 minute. I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm about 10,000 messages behind you guys. Again, that's what we should look at. Stumbled across this line. I'm not sure what's going on. Steve, have you had a look at if you go to your notifications, you know it says subscribe to your notifications bell. Make sure the one that says all is checked. If it's checked, just uncheck it and check it again. I've had to say when I've had to uncheck it and check it again, it's been working fine. It's just, I don't know what it is, mate. I just don't know what, but it's just something worth it. Um, Mike Parrish has got on these much better. Yes, I would agree. They're better than the Demon Skull. Uh, Still with Jason, it's still looking a bit short, bit rushed, short, rushed. What out thing now. Um, so again, anyway, can I? This gonna, oh. Again, so going back to here, if you're going to put the black in, make sure it's in. Otherwise, it shows up. And what gets me, this could have been black in areas. It's not that definition in. Yet you've got black in this skull. And then where you needed black, in this rose, you don't seem to have got it. Um, with these leaves. Now, for me, buddy, if out of all these pieces, if you just say like done this one, or even just the rose on its own, or the skull on its own, and spend your time on that slightly smaller, give it the time. Give it your time and spend your time on one and give it the time it deserves, then you're better off doing that rather than trying to crack 3 out or 4 out. Is just try to get one, concentrate on one, and do the best you can on that one. You've openly admitted that they're rushed. They are rushed. I would prefer to see you do one piece and spend more time on it and implement things. If it takes you 3 times longer, and your black's saturated, your lines in, your shading, work on a bit of shading because that's what you need to work on. Is some softer shading and some packing. But again, with this piece, what I would say, buddy, cut it into 4, get some smaller designs that suit your time frame, but do the smaller pieces really well instead of rushing. And then look forward to seeing them and seeing the difference when you've had time and not had to put pieces in. Because I can see, for what it is, I can see that there's potential and there's understanding, but again, it's just a lack of time and you've been worried, unfortunately. But I do appreciate you spending a minute back. If you've got any more, please do send it in. What is I thought you'd give you my look. Yeah. So we got Rob Elmick. I'm sure I said your name right. If not, I'm sure I'll get it. Yeah. Here's a piece I did on myself. Right. I was able to tattoo my hand injury. Fair play. Keep in mind, I had this upside down on my leg, included as a reference, fresh and 2-week kill pictures. Now, I like that. I like that. You've got your reference. We've got your fresh. We've got your healed. And that. This is a fun one. So, obviously, I'm guessing that this is your reference. And that should translate to a cool tattoo. Yeah, I think this is Rob that's on. This should translate to a cool tattoo, providing you've done your work within your stencil and everything. So let's crack on. Oh, well, let's go back. Right. So we've got a few design liberties taken, Rob, which I like. This area is a bit darker. What I do is I like this effect that you've got in it. It's like a scratch effect. Super fine under there. Through this ear. I quite like the effect that you've taken with it. These lines. What I will say, Robert, and I know these are just a little bit scratchy in there. Can you look at your reference? Can you see these are a bit, these lines are a bit more solid. Um, uh, yep, it's that thing. Like I say, it's just watch, and I know you're tattooing yourself, Rob, and it hurts. It hurts. And I know if you're not like me and I've tattooed myself, first 25 minutes is me picking up the bottle to have to stick the first needle in and go for it. But but what I'm saying is, just like these few lines here, Rob, you got a few lines, a little bit weaker on yours. These ones a bit more. Um, this looks a little bit light. I like this effect though that you've got. It's like whip shading come scratch that you've got in there. Um, I don't know whether you can see, buddy. And again, I know you're upside down. I know you're in yourself. There's not worse than sticking a needle into yourself. Um, see this little section here, Rob, that section of line there looks a little bit light, but this is it done. You have set the heel. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to make myself look a twat by jumping over and it looks great. So as we can see, this is healed. Oh, let's back out on that. Let's zoom back out on that, guys. Out there. So that's fresh. That's healed. And you can see how the colours have, with healing, the colours have smoothed out a little bit. They've got that subtle tone, that, subtle tone on. What I will say is, look, this area I was on about on your other photo, that I said looked light, there, it shows how wrong you can be via a photo, because this area here, just on that section, looks a little bit light, not drilled in. It's healed. It's healed in. So this is the difference. And look, as long as you're true to your form and you've not gone back in and done anything with it, which I assume you haven't, through here. See how this is healed, and you've got the colour in. See with the new one, it looks a bit, and the shine on it. This is why I hate brand new tattoos. They look so false, they look so wrong, and they don't look right. They don't look right. But you go, I mean, this is healed. You've got 2 weeks of healing, and this is what we said. I mean, that's before. With healing, sometimes things can smooth out slightly. No filtering. Cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty. I'm not saying that the war, mate. It's just that I just remember saying, look at it. I thought it's a bit light and it's healed fine, but I'll stand that on my shoulders. That's my problem. Again, look, some of these areas are smoothing in. It's like through here. And to be fair, I mean, that one there, if I'd sell that one there, you got a nice pull on that one, and it just broke up a little bit on your ear. Whereas this one, if you can see, Rob, that one's probably a touch blown out on that one. Generally, not so bad. You keep your hand in. Uh, this eye, all fine. Just, and I don't know whether it's a photo again, just that little bit there. And I'm not saying black and white, just looks like it could have just been maybe just gone up to line just a little bit more, with the colour. And I'm unfairly in here. I'm zoomed in so far here. To be fair, it's a bit unfair. Um, 'Cause like I say, I can see this and I can see this line, and it's not like stops here and then it goes through there. It's a bit unfair. But overall, let's be right. Let's probably look at it from where it should be looked at there. This is healed, guys. Um, this is healed. Think about it healed. Because at the end of the day, sort of, is it perfect? No. Are most hours perfect? No. Um, is a few areas that it needs to watch out for and clean up and just work on? Minor. But then again, looking at it from basically where you would look at it and far enough away, the the only thing, I'll be honest with you, the only thing that ever stands out to me is that there. Because it's just everything, it just stands out so black. That is the only part, Rob, that stands out to me. Other than that, if we're looking at it from where we should look at it, it's going to be right. It's and it's one of them in it, mate. It's on yourself. You want it to keep your hand in. It's good. Further down the line, you might think to yourself, as your skills come in, you might think to yourself, yeah, I could have done better. It's there. It's a process in your learning curve. It's a reminder. It's part of your history of learning it. If you wanted to, could you go and redesign it, fix it if you want to later on down the line? Yeah, you could do. Would you want to? That's entirely up to you. But props for doing it on yourself. It's never easy to tell yourself, believe me, especially getting started. But I'm sure even yourself, Rob, when you look at it, you might see a couple of little bits, a couple of minor little bits. They are minor. Yeah, look, let's slam that up on screen because that's right. That's so bang on right. I always say I can do better. Everybody says that they can do better. It's never done. It's never finished. You can always do better. But you've got to start somewhere. And for what you've done it in yourself. It's a big size. Fair play to you. Looking at it, like I said, looking at it from where it should be viewed out there, nobody's really going to say out or see out. As I say, the only thing that really stood out to me straight away with this, which then I'll be honest, is this, but then led me onto that line down the back of the ear. But these are things that you can do. But overall, when you look at it from there, like it should be, it's all good. Yeah. It's fine. But no, cool design. So, but cool design for you to do. Doing it on yourself and just getting your hand back in. Keep on going. Keep on going. I'm not saying that keep on splashing everybody in ink if you're just trying to get your hand back in. I don't mean that in a bad way, Rob, by any means. If you're just trying to get your hand back in, if you've been out and you've not been tattooing for a while, say you've done that to get your hand back in, but even just a bit of drawing on paper or a little bit of false skin or, like I say, something a bit smaller on another part of your body or then again, if you're really practicing and you could always do something small or you want a divorce, you can always do something small on your wife or your partner and they'll just, that's it. If it's shit, they'll Put you off. One way out. But no, I appreciate you sending it. Nice piece, nice concept. A few little bits to look for. But keep going, mate. It's just a case of owning it now. And I will probably say you're on your last legs of learning stuff and just honing your skill. So what we got here? Oh, what we got? Oh, Jesus. What are we doing here? We've been all night. Right. Stevie Green, your last one. So, stay up, PJs. Critique my tattoo. Here we go. So we got. Hey, Andy and the fam been doing the tap thing for 6 months, an hour or two a week. Hard to find time. Here's a few I'm looking forward to your input. Right, no problem. So, initial thoughts and what I'm going to say. Right, stay up. Are you on? If you're on, stay up. Go on, get back in chat, mate. You're not hanging in. You're not hanging in. You're not hanging in the background. What I will say, yeah, you're here. Nice and clean. Skin's nice and clean. I like that. It's a little bit easier, mate. And I understand this is either Vaseline or grease, so it's easy just to critique if it's not on it. You get a lot of bounce back on it. Stay up, for light, so it makes out. But what I'm going to say from here, guys, being at it 6 months, an hour or two here and there, what I'm going to say is, from the off, from here, other than a couple of little things, this line work looks nice. This line work looks nice. It looks saturated. It looks putty. I don't know what skin, I can't see. I don't know what skin he's using, but it does look, with these rounded corners, it does look quite similar to the stuff that you get from Amazon that's a 3mm stick. But again, so I'm just going to, you're all right, I'm just soaking it up. So, yeah, we'll start here. This line work, nice and smooth, nice and crisp. Nice point, nice point, nice point. Nice through here. Nice fat line through the outside. Looks like over here he's gone with a smaller liner. Bust out a smaller liner. Cool. What I do like, yes, Stevie, the line work is pretty much consistent. There's just a couple of places which I point out to him so he can see. Stay Up says it's a 3mm from Amazon. Yeah, which is the same as that stuff there. It can be tricky to work with. But what I'm saying is somebody's already got a grasp. Yep. We've not got to that, Bradley. We've not got to that part yet, but I do see that you gotta. What I'm going through it. What I am going to say is, dropped off here. See this line. This line. And I can't see for glare on that. But what I'm assuming is, it's gone down here. If you see, it's flared the bottom of it out. It's not just a straight line. It's flared the bottom out, and I'm assuming it looks like it's done it there on this one. Right. These all look solid. What you're going to have to watch for, and I'm getting 6 months, I'm being probably harsh. Yeah, monsieur, it is a pretty tattoo. It is a pretty tattoo. Stay up. Can you see that line there, buddy? See that line there? I don't know if you've used a round shader. It looks like you've maybe used a round shader for this. But all I'm going to say is these ones are pretty solid. You're starting there. You've either maybe just traveling a little bit too fast, maybe didn't knock the speed of your machine up just a little bit, mate. because you're just getting them open spaces. So it's just something to look at. Again, somebody's already picked it. Start and stop points. I look down this left wing, nice and curved, nice and curved, nice and curved. Down through here, nicely curved. What I will say is, I'll tell you, say, butterflies are symmetrical. Don't believe me? Check it on Google. So, oh shit. My mouse has gone off, it's stopped working, guys. There we go, I'm back. Oh, I'm very sorry, also technically. What I'm saying, they're symmetrical. So, you got this curve here, buddy. You've got a round in there. Just be careful. This is the thing. Coming up through here, curve. Start and stop points, mate. Yeah, start and stop points, crucial. Because obviously you'd have to start resculpting your toe here if you do it on a person. Again, here, this area here, coming through that line there, I would say it's probably double bang. It goes round there and it's been cut through there. Now, that's all well and good. You're sculpting, like I said to one of the guys earlier on, if you're going to do that, look at it. Try at least make it the same on that side. So it looks like it's flared out to come through. Catch you later, Rob. And I missed your message, mate. But what I will say, looking at here, it's cool. Dot work. I'm going to tell you, pretty much tell you, you're going to do dot work. Dot work, go in. Don't just bang it in. Most of us go in, if you're going to do dots, just go in and get a wiggle out. Give it a wiggle out. And if you was on, Leo was talking to, I can't remember, we were about stipple shading. How you get your lights to get your dots closer together and your dots out. It's because you've done it there, but here, maybe here, there's a little bit, a few more dots. Get them closer together, which will then give you the effect of light and dark. Again, same right in maybe these crevices. Get a few more dots together, so it virtually looks black, and then dot it out. But you need maybe use a smaller needle for your dot work. It looks quite big in relation. I'll be honest, it looks quite big in relation to your butterfly. But use a smaller needle, put them together. It always uses smaller ones. Always seems to look neater. And like I said, just wiggle each one. Don't work. It's painful. It's low, but it pays off in the end. But what I'm saying, 6 months in, couple of hours, whatever it is, like you said, 2 hours, an hour or two a week. It's good. It's good. No, I won't really beat you up over that because you've got your points are everywhere where they should be pointed. Curves are where they should be curved. A couple of things, like I say, you got to watch out for. Start, stops, and a big one. At least if you ever stop short of a line, stay up, you can go back and extend it. But if you cut it like that, pretty much you're going to have to start getting creative, mate. What's got? Right. Right. I'm hoping, what I will say to you, Steph, I'm hoping that this one was done before the butterfly and the flower. Because you can see a hell of a lot more flaws in this. This red one. than I can see in the other one. One, circles, mate. Stay up, circles. Every tattoo artist nightmare. You are, as soon as you start doing circles, we set stay up for the fall. You're setting yourself up for a fall. And especially then you've got concentric circles. What I'm going to do say to you is going round here, you're going round here, you're going round here, up and over. You see, this is meant to carry on through there. You go up and wide, you come back in, you narrow up a little bit. Then this section here, see how it's narrow? But then we get to this section and it's so wide. This is the problem with circles. It's this is 2 months older. Right, cool. So your butterfly and your flower is newer. Yeah, right. Yeah, and again with these lines compared to your other ones, straighter lines, you're always going to show a lot more, and we can just see it on your straighter line there. You got to get in a bit of a wobble on just to make sure. Generally, they're not too bad. If I was to pick a favourite line, pick a favourite straight line, it'll be toss up between that one, this one, or this one. And I'd probably go for that one just because it's slightly longer and it seems consistent. Red, as somebody's genuinely pointed out, seems to be packed well. It looks like you've grasped the concept of, which some people find it hard to stay up. You grasp the concept that you should be up to the line. Oh, a couple of little places, but the general concept is you know that it should be up there. But again, if let me roll that out. So what I'm going to do is put that one there. We're going to look at that one. So this one's 2 months older than the other one. So I can look at this one, the colours thing, then look at that, and I look at that, and from this one, Matt. So this one, you've got a hell of a long way, which is a great achievement. It's a great achievement. And you keep progressing at this rate, you're not going to have no problems. Like I say, with this one, just these little bits to watch out for. Also work on darks. Well, what I will say to you, stay up is black's your friend. Black is your friend. You've got to get used to using it. You've got to get used to putting it in. It's what pushes you. It's what pushes tattles forward and backward. Plus, it's what makes other colours stand out brighter by putting these darks in. So once you get used to using them, and know you got like in there, black was just it. It's just something that you're going to come across in your learning curve, mate. But again, I look at that one and I look at this one, and the worlds apart. The worlds apart. Far superior. This is far superior. A lot more care, time, and progression. You can see from there to this one, and this is what we like to see. This means you're going in the right direction. This means you're teaching yourself. You're taking, you're looking, and you're absorbing as much as you can to learn. Just going to be nosy. Yep. Cool. Yep. Butterfly is definitely better, but as he says, the other one was done 2 months before this one was done. It's been on a constant learning progress. Steps has been looking at what he's doing, taking it on board, um, and by the look of it. And if you notice, I've been looking sort of better himself every time. And if you notice, this is what we're saying to you guys. Look, steps is like 6 months. This isn't a big piece. This isn't a big piece. And it's not overly complicated. This is how to do it. This is how to learn. Just before I go, Stevie just put on, should be pleased with how the red is packed. Right up to the line as well. Yeah, yeah, like I say, it's thick. But oh, excuse me, that's better. But again, this is what you call keeping it real. Keep it real. Keep it within bounds of learning, not overwhelming yourself, and keeping something within your own time constraints that you can afford to give to it. But do it, and within that time constraints, do it to the best of your ability. This title is it overcomplicated? No. Is it complicated? No. Can it be complicated to execute? Yes, because he's laid everything out bare. Steps has laid everything out bare. He's not hiding it behind a lot of packing or dark colours. It's lines, a bit of shading. This floor's got nothing but lines. It is bones. And again, it's nicely done, nicely executed. It's not in size, and this is what to start with, guys. This is what I'd like to see. This is what we like to see, and it's pretty much nailed. And once you've got your fundamentals in, your line in, your little bits, then you move on. Really well done. Really good progression. Keep it up, Snail. I know you've got, but I've just seen. Yeah. Thanks. I'm glad I had a rock climbing accident and my drawing arm got mangled. Thanks. Thanks. All more to come. No, hey, keep them coming. Keep them real steps, and keep them coming. Keep learning at the rate you're learning. Any questions? Anything you don't know? Like we said, there's no such thing as a daft question. The only daft question is the one that you don't ask. So reach out, whatever. It's whatever you need to do. But you're definitely going in the right direction. And I do like that you're keeping it real, you're keeping it within the bounds of not wanting to do massive Picasso pieces while you're learning. This is how you should be learning, the steps that you should be doing. And it's definitely going in the right direction. And keeps it like that. He's going to make it. He's definitely going to make it. As long as he's got the passion, the commitment, he's definitely going to make it. But what we got here, Steve, just give you a 20-year-old needs my spare machine, real skins, cats, etc. She's keen to learn. Good on her, Stevie. Good on her. I hope she does, and I hope she makes it. Bradley, get the fundamentals down on these small bangers, are what will give you the confidence when it comes to the bigger pieces. Exactly. Fundamentals. Getting fundamentals down. If you can't line work, then it's always going to look shit. No matter what, how good or everything else you do. If same again, if you don't understand light, dark, colour, you can have the best line work in the world, but if you can't pack colour or you can't shade, it's going to look shit again. So getting your fundamentals down is the right way to do it. It's been taught like this for years for a reason. Fundamental line work, colour packing, shading. Then from there, once you've got it all down, then you would develop your style and you develop what's comfortable for you to tattoo and how to tattoo. What else we got? Oh my God, I'm behind you. So there we are, warned her not to tell herself. Yannick is in the house. How are you doing, bro? Glad you could make it. What we got to stay up here? What's he got? Done with them mask needles and pentagram. Done with them mask needles. The pentagram was done with some bogus variety pack. Yeah, I use masks every day. I don't know where you get your mask needles from. I shoot my straight from mast. I do have a link in. I do have a link in some of my other videos. I'll probably put it in later on this one as to where I actually buy them from. And they're a lot cheaper. I also do have a promo code for you guys that anybody that uses Mast. If you click on the link, it'll take you to the site and you use the promo code. I think you get some money. I think you get some money off, so you might as well save them if you want to. I know they're in some of my videos. I think they're in the videos. I don't know whether they're under the lives. I think the link to the website where I buy them direct for them, and the promo code for you guys to get some money off is under all my videos. But feel free to use it. These times you might as well get some money back in your pocket. AJF, pleased to meet you. Is it your first time in chat, AJF? Hope it is. So yeah, so there you go. Stay ups, and it's sat there go, oh, critique, you know, this, that, I'm nervous for mine. I'll be nervous when you're banging this out. Like I said, everybody's got to start somewhere with it. But 2 months prior to you were doing 2 months ago, you were prior doing that. Now you're doing that. All in right direction, all looking good. You're keeping it real. You're learning how you should be learning. Not getting overcomplicated. You're definitely going to do it. You're definitely going to do it. Good on you. Good on you. Holy shit. Are you? Who's this? Are you? What improvement can be made to this? Just a joke. Is that a picture of me? Is this AJF? Just also submitted my piece. AJF, is this you? Yeah. I think this guy's we're done with. Are you being trolled? Yeah. Well, yeah. Were this done with them new ballpoint cartridges you put in your machine and everything? You know, instead of having needles in, you put ballpoint cartridges in, and that you can learn the line and everything with it. What I said, his lines aren't bad with his machine. You know what I mean? And that circle's a little bit off. Needs to work on his circles and everything. One eye's a little bit bigger than other, and like I say, his arms are offset a lot bigger than his body. But writing's not bad. Stevie, Mary, Jason, I worked last. Oh, you got last one then. Boom. Looks like a girl's handwriting. Looks neat, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, I think was it Honest Smoke that got you? Are you being trolled? I'm slow these days. not a thing. Now then, Andy, you've seen this one, but I thought I'd show the guys my first time trying colour blending and mixing colours in the tip. I usually stick to black and grey, but I decided to dip my toe in the water. Are you guys sleeping? Yeah, must be. I think no, I think I am. Right, guys. So this is Stevie Green. His first colour one. I've seen this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up on screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up on screen, unfortunately, guys. And I'm going to need 2 minutes because I've been along in the water and I quickly need to nip to the toilet. So I want you to put in comments what you think about this piece. Can you see it? That's his first colour piece. I need to nip to the toilet, guys. Back in 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go back. Let's see what we got. Hey, Jeff. Nice you could hang by, mate. Black and grey. Let Jeff. Yeah, cool. Stay ups. I don't know how to mixing the tip of the needle. Quite simple. What I will say to you is, if you're picking colours up and you want to mix a light green up, say you want to mix a light green up, you've got a light green, but you want to make it lighter. Always pick up your lightest colour, whether it be a yellow. Light yellow is really good for lightening green up and keeping it vibrant, or a white if you want to turn it pastel. Put your lighter colour in your tip first, then always add your colour. Just then dip your needle in your other colour just in end a little bit, and it will draw a little bit up. It will mix it in the tube. That's why it's called mixing in the tube. Just touch it on a bit of tissue, and you'll see your colour come onto your tissue. If you like it, fair enough. If not, you want it a bit darker, add a little bit more colour or add a little bit more light. It's simple. Once you get going, it is simple to do. Yeah, think black and grey, a bit of colour. It's nice. I've seen this. I liked it. I liked how I've done the colours. This little bit up here, this blue just faded off into this yellow, this green into this orange. So he's never done it before. Managed to get it. This area here. Oh, sorry. This blue and yellow up here. this area here, which is a pink into this orange, is particularly nice. I do like, really like this bit where you have dark green, it looks like slightly faded off, light blue, bit of pinky purple. Yeah, I do like that. He's nice, black and everything. Like I say, first time he's done colour. Um, it's a nice little like filler piece in, blue in one wing, green in another wing. It just works. It just really, really works. Does this piece? I like how you've kept them light and airy, um, and it looks good. It really, really makes that. It makes them colours as soon as it seems. Puts the B in sort of like the same plane as the X and everything. That colour like an underglow behind it. So I really do like it. Uh, what's we got there? I need this in my cart, Jason. I I dig it. All I've been great and trouble deserve a nice clean forever home. Yep, somebody's mixing tube. You had a colour and had another colour. Always start with a lighter E2 because if you go full dark, trying to get full dark light, it just don't work. It just don't work. You used to add darker colours to your lighter, just a tiny little piece at a time, or a tiny little drop at a time. Jason's got it's awesome. What you got? Okay, I tried it and it was a little muddy, maybe a canvas there. Right, Steph. If you're yeah. Right, look. What you got to remember as well when you're mixing colours, Dale, if you want to darken a colour, try not to use black. Black on grey, black and greys will turn your colours murky and muddy. If you want it to go dark, try adding really dark browns or yellows to lighten it up. Reds, you can add like pinks and stuff like that because if you start adding blacks into it, it does come out muddy. It gives it a dirty feel. Now, that is great in some occasions, depending on what you want to do. If you want to give something an old, weathered, dirty, grubby grimy look, then yes, you can add a bit of grey or a bit of black into your colour. It will automatically give that colour that grimy, dirty look. But always try to use colours, darker colours. So always try to use a darker colour to darken the colour that you want instead of black. Black is always the last ditch resort. I would rather use a dark grey than a pure black to start with, and use a dark grey as a colour, not a grey wash. You know, as if you've been mixing grey washes up. You've got a really dark grey, as in an actual coloured pigment itself. Try to use that. Stevie's got actually enjoyable. Try to learn something new. Yeah, you did really well. I mean, Steve can usually tattoo really well with black and I say usually tattoo because we haven't seen no for a while, but no, he can usually tattoo well. And obviously, it's black and grey shading. You can see his shading technique has come in, blending these colours, and it's just a bit of look of it. It's just taking it steady, worked these colours and worked them steady away, and it's pulled it off. It's pulled it off. That's nice to hear. I plan to keep practicing colour in the future. Yeah. Now, see, the thing is, like I say, Steve, if anybody ever comes to my studio and goes, whatever tattoo, do whatever you want, however you want, it will always be colour illustrative. I love working in colour, far superior than black and grey. I stay away from the blacks and greys now. I do use opaques because I find it relative to colour using opaque greys. It's quite, so I'm not too bad there. But I would always, if my own choice, I would always go with colours. I just love working in colours. If I'm drawing on paper, I prefer to work with charcoals or graphite rather than colour because I find it easier on paper to work with them rather than colour. It's weird. But working on skin and putting towels on skin, if I've got anything, it would always be colour. I would always work in colour. And I love it. And I just like coloured towels. I really do like coloured towels. What ink? What I was, what ink did I suppose that's meant to be? What ink did you use, Steve? It pops in that flesh or healed. Is that fresh? Is that fresh or healed? Sorry. It looks healed to me. Does that? Could be wrong. Just this little bit here and this little bit. But if it is, it's not overworked at all. Yeah, Bradley just ordered me a colour wheel and solid inks. Bradley's just got Jason just ordered me a colour wheel for a few dollars, few pounds. Colour wheel, great, get you going. You can work out your opposites, your tertiaries, your secondaries. Colours that'll all make other colours put aside of each other to give the brightest, and eventually you will get the gist. You can't necessarily make it work all the ways out, but generally you will get the gist of what sort of colours, tones, warm colours, cold tones, neutrals, and stuff like that. But it's good. Jason is either world famous or industry inks. I've got a lot of world famous. I don't like it. Very pigmented, very rich in pigment. Is world famous. I've started using Radiant. I would always intends. I've started using Radiant. Now, Radiant ink seems to be a lot thinner than Intends. And they're quite good for lining with as well. Quite good for lining with them. But I don't mind them. But world famous, I do like the world famous. The other one I have just tried using, which is coming around over here, is Raw, RAW. That's nice. That is nice ink. That is super rich in pigment. I got a light magenta from Raw. That is a nice colour. That is a nice colour. Oh, there you go. It's fresh, but still looks like 3 months on. What else we got? Got that. Almost went with industry inks, but solid won it. I've tried solid inks. Not bad. Not bad. Again, I think now a lot of inks are pretty much of a muchness now. Same. I think they've got to be, because relative. I think they're all priced very similar to each other. So they've got to be on top of the game, because if not, both straight down, they're going to fall straight flat on the face. They're not going to go anywhere, and that's it. You're talking about that Raw ink, and yeah, Raw ink, RAW. That's the brand. Nice, and I can't wait till I can order some more. Need to put another order in and get some more. A lot of people I know are allergic to witch hazel. Yeah, they are. I've seen this before, and other people have asked me. Yeah, I'm not right sure who does or doesn't, but you will find that talking about over here in UK, I know a lot of my inks in UK don't contain witch hazel. They contain like isopropyl alcohol. That's why coloured inks got banned, wasn't it, in Europe, and then everybody had to scramble to remake the inks to make them EU REACH compliant. Unknown what Dave uses. He uses Eternal. I think if I remember rightly, he uses Eternal. He's got a few different brands. These colours do look bright as hell lately. And that, but I think he's Eternal. And then he started. But again, Dave's like me. I have some intense colours, some different types of colours. I'll have in Fusion, some I'll have in World Famous, some I've got in Raw. I've got different brands, different colours, different shades, and just because I found that intense greens were great, but oh my god, intense greens work great, but I don't like the blues. But then I find out, say, like Fusion's blues are okay. So over time, I'll probably use like Fusion's blues. But no, you know my thoughts on this, Steve. It was a nice piece, nice looking piece, nice colour. And that. Oh, we've still got one more. Stay ups. I have a few World Famous only. Gripe so far is that the ink isn't true to the colour. After applied, the blues and greens are way off. Baby blue turns greyish blue. Yeah, but I can't really say I've taken much notice. But then again, I don't use blues. I don't use World Famous blues. Browns, beiges, skin tones, magenta. Well, it's a raspberry. What else? Got an orange. It's just weird. Stevie, you're welcome. It's nice to see you back on scene. It's nice to see a bit of work back on scene. Seen it before. It's nicely done. And for your first outing with colour, mate, spot on. I liked it. Not overly done, not overly saturated, nice and subtle, all work together. Banging at the top. So, what we got there? Steve says, what's he got there? So we've got Steve's fan of Dynamic Black. Yeah, I am using Dynamic Black. And they're white. Yes, I use their white. Use their standard white all round. I'll be honest. Don't bother with the triple black. There's not much of a much difference. Not worth it anyway for me to use. Standard black and standard white. Use gallons of it. All every two bottle of each every 2 to 3 months. I have tried Intense Super Black. That's awful to use. It's awful to clean off the skin. It's thick. It's like tarmac. It's awful to use. Bottle cost a fortune. Probably did about 5 towels with it. Never used it again. Same on there, just standard black and white. Yeah, all you need. Just all I say. Clean cartridge. Right at the end, if you're putting white highlights in and you're using standard white, brand new clean cartridge out, white in. I slow my machine down by probably half a volt or whatever, and use the white with the clean cartridge. Goes in super bright, super white. It's great. Never had a problem. Right, Jason. What's a good hot pink and pale dull pink? Pale dull, pale dull pink. I've got one. I've got an intense Pink Panther. Pale dull. And from there you can take it out even further, and um, you can take it out even further with a bit of white to get it even duller. Hot pink. I don't have hot pink. What I use is raw magenta, and then I can either put a lighter pink in with it, or depending on which way I want to go with it, put a lighter bit of pink in it, and then add a little bit of red to it, which then I'll take it back up, and that's how I get over time. Otherwise, I'd have 9 million colours and hardly use them. So I've probably got a base layer of about 50 colours, 40 colours, and I can make everything I need from them colours. Whether I mix them up first. Try Kurosumi Black. The stuff is yeah. Try Kurosumi Black once. The stuff is very thin. Stevie, I've tried Kurosumi Black once, and I've got to agree with you. That stuff is thinner than water. It literally is. But it's that thin. Actually run through water. I think it awful, awful. What's Monsieur? Can you save the colour red once the skin starts to eat it? I'm not right sure what you mean there, buddy. Can you save the colour red once the skin starts to eat it? Just can you just give us a bit of more info on what you mean then, and I'm sure we'll do our best to answer it for you, buddy. I'm just not right sure. You've seen these, Andy. Just wanted everyone to see them. Can you guys pick which one my wife will? Right. Finale time on this lot before we go back onto full ugly cam mode. And it's my face all the way across. It's the sense working. So here we go. Right, just apologies here. Right, boom. Had a red tattoo, and after 20 plus years, the red is almost gone, but the black outline is right. This is typical. This is typical. Reds, blues, greens, yellows, colours, especially like 20 years ago, the pigments weren't as rich and they weren't as good as what they are. This is why, if you've ever heard the term bold will hold, this is what it's all about. Because back then you'd have bold lines, black lines, colour in between, a bright tackle. But what they're saying is because it's bright and it's bold, it will because back then they knew that the colour would go first. So even once the colour has gone, the lines will always stay. The last thing to go and everything is black. Black will never go. The skin can naturally get rid of some of the pigments made years ago. The newer pigments are a lot more resilient to say, fading and being absorbed by the skin. Now, or should we say it's your immune system, your blood, because all ink is a pigment. There's your skin, you have three layers, you have your dermis, epidermis, subcutaneous, and it goes in the middle, and it's granular. If you think of it being granular, and as your blood goes past it, it's foreign object, but then like grains of ink are too big for it to carry away. So over years and that it breaks down. and as it breaks down and it comes past all colour, and it can take it away. But the coloured inks broke down quicker than the black ink. That's why they always disappeared. But now, even though they do fake, they're very, very resilient. They're not like they were 20 years ago. So having it recoloured now with new forming would last you a lot longer than what it did with the older pigments. It's just same with anything else, technology and everything that comes along, and it works it all out. That they're just newer pigments, but that was standard for a lot of older pigments. It's like the blacks years ago. You ever notice you've seen tattoos that were probably black years and years ago? As they aged, they went blue. Did the black ink went blue? And that was something to do with how they made the pigment. And I'm not fully sure how it worked. But like nowadays, it'll stay black. Worst case scenario, it'll be black. Might go a bit of a light black, come a bit of grey, but it doesn't go that bluey colour, or a decent ink does. Yeah. So Danny says Tony Buddy come back next week for a touch up. Come back, so he's getting his mate back next week for the touchy feely session. But really, the real reason is he wants to play with this new machine. He got the, I've seen it on Instagram, Bishop one knockoffs. He's got one of them come, so I'll be interested to see how you think about that. Steve, repack it with good quality ink, be as good as new exactly. And like I say, it won't go. That's it. Just I've seen these. So what are you guys thinking? Let's have some critiques on these. That's it. Pretty good on, pretty tidy, you know, on the crescent. And I would just hope that if you're going to do them, Jason, like as a tattoo, especially with like these sunflowers, if they're just going out the bold yellow, maybe just whipping a bit of orange in some of these just to give a bit more. Same with the leaves. I would say couple of greens and a yellow just give a bit more definition. Butterflies, again, it'd be nice to see. I know that you just drawn, you got pink, you've got a purple. Even if you're doing a pink or purple, it's nice usually to see deeper pinks out to lighter purples, if you understand what I mean. 2 or 3 colours, great. But done right, pulled out right, and executed right, it will make a nice tattoo. Just think about the colours, and any lights or darks. Think about the colours, Jason, and then the lights or darks that you can put in it just to give it that extra dimension. And obviously, line weights. What line weights you're going to use? Are you going to run a fatter line weight round the outside of this crescent? Do these leaves, these flowers in a lighter line weight, etc. That way, then it just gives that bit of dimension. Bit of extra dimension. So you work. Another footballer base one. I'll be honest, I'm not a football fan. Do quite like this one. I'll be honest here, I'm not a fan on this one, but I think it's the leaves, Jason, how you've got them coloured. Again, it's like what I'd probably done is dark green up this section, because up this section out through there with your lighter green and your yellow. Then on this leaf, come tip darker green through with your lighter green and yellow to the back. Then when you get to this point here, think about it. If you're doing your darker green from there across out, same, So that one's out front centre. This one then had gone from there inwards and round, and this one has just been a bit yellow. So it's just things to think of. And again, be very careful with this one. What I will say is just be very careful with this one, because this one could, you can get it confusing really quick with these choice of colours. These lines aren't right, in between here, and especially you see your butterfly sky, you've got so many colours. You got so many colours in your butterfly, you're going to drive yourself nuts, mate. And that, whereas in theory it may look good on paper, but actually executing this on somebody's skin to do that tiny little bit, that tiny little bit, that tiny little bit, this tiny little bit, and this tiny little bit pink, change over, yellow, yellow, orange, yellow, blue, and everything. It's going to drive yourself nuts. And the other thing to watch for, Woody, see this, this would actually be, see as this circle comes around there, Jason, this circle would actually be circular at this point. See how it bumps out? Would actually be circular at that point, and this section would come inside it. So just be careful with this one and the choice of colours, because these actually, when you get in the skin, my mate, are going to be quite close together. What's that got? Like the football, Andy. We won with the football. But Monsieur Candy United. Yeah, I don't know which United that is, but me and football. Unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry, mate, but me and football aren't United at all. I've never liked it. This one will make a good title. Is this? Yes. Do you take that from thing? Yeah, that's it. Right. So you're taking that from there. Yeah, obviously you're taking, you done some artistic liberties like these instead of coming underneath and whipping it out. I will say that your line work's looking decent. It's still covered up because it's still got second skin on, which is nice to see. But unfortunately, you can take a photograph, like we said to him, and things. You take a photograph with the second skin on, as you can see, already starting to shed a bit of blood, which is natural. Nothing wrong with it. It's natural. It gets trapped under there, so it's hard to read there. A little bit here. You can see some little bits, on these. There's a little bit of blooding, but that's natural. But what I'm saying is, line work looks to be even, looks to be solid, looks to be even. It'd be nice. Would be nice actually, Jason, because this must have been a while ago. Must that one? So it would actually be nice. Now it's healed. We can send a photograph in of this versus it healed, Jason, and then we can see how your work is healing. But as I say, but no, it's just a solid little banger. These colours seem to be okay, and that black seems to be in, and everything. You sent this in once before, once in before, but looking good, Jason. And that's it, guys. Right, that on stream, back on horrible mode. Let's move around that way. Oh, it's not finished. Right, get it finished then. What are you playing at? You're playing at? Yeah, finished. Yeah, line will look pretty solid on it. All good and everything. Um, what I will say, guys, I know there's still 11 of you here and everything. You can give it a thumbs up. I'm only a small channel. It just helps the community grow, helps other people out there. Unless you've got less than 20 or 30,000 the day subscribers, YouTube don't like you. So it just helps out if you can give it a like. Any comments, leave them down below. Anything you want to say or any topics or anything like that that you'd like to see, you can always leave them under everything. Right, let me start on the Steve. After seeing people really well, really settled into it, and thank you, I appreciate it. Yes, I mean, I can still remember my first time with Dave. I shot my pants, and about 5 minutes, about 3 minutes before I went on, it was like, oh, do I really have to go on? Can I bail without looking a complete another turkey? I do appreciate you guys coming on. I know it was short notice tonight. Like I said, I've been out. Both had to use an old thumbnail, whack it on, get out there. But it got out to you guys. We had a decent turnout. I'm trying to be a bit more proactive to getting back to live. And I know you guys have been doing work and turning up. And we've not had lives and anything. So that's why at least I can do is look at some of your guys' work and everything, help you out. Just a little bit of payback. Jason, you're welcome. Bradley. Oh, look at this. Yeah, we won't kick into the nursing home just yet. No. I think I might have a few more years in me. Not very many. But we'll keep going. I'll keep going, Bradley. I do appreciate that you're not going to just ship me off to the next job. So I can sit there rocking backwards and forwards, dribbling, eating my jello like Danny can have me doing. Smoke. Look, thanks for doing it live, Andy. I enjoyed them. It's just like I said, I've just been a bit off it and not managed to get it. I appreciate you guys so much turning up every weekend, because if you guys didn't turn up, didn't tune in, didn't send work, didn't chat, what is the point of me coming on? So it's you guys that make it worth it for me. And then also comments like that saying thank you, that makes it worth it then for me doing it for you. So again, it's just one big round circle. I do appreciate all you guys' support. I really do. Just gotta say, Andy is the best, along with Dave, the two best guys on YouTube. Look, again, Jason, like I say, I appreciate it. And if it wasn't for Dave and it wasn't for you guys, well, if it wasn't for Dave, I wouldn't have got onto YouTube. And if it wasn't for you, then Dave got me onto YouTube on his channel. And then if it wasn't for you guys, because if you remember back then, it was like, you got a channel, if you got a channel, no, I'm not doing it. You're basically pecking at it. Well, like, look, obviously there's enough people asking that I'll do it. And we're here, and that's where we are now. And the live just basically for us lot to hang out, help each other. Anybody new, come in, submit your work, any questions, anything we can help out with, we will do. Then after that, if you just want to bullshit, banter, take the piss, we can do as long as we're here, as long as it's not malicious and anybody. I'm not bothered because we're all adults. Look, it's all adults in the chat, and it's an adult. So let's be right. It's an adult game, really, isn't it? It's tattooing, but yep. One smoke, amen. Andy, before I forget, Emla cream for numbing. Nope, don't do it. Emla cream is not designed for tattoo numbing. Also, Emla cream if you go in and ask for Emily cream, and it's, a lot of places ask you what it's for, and you go and sit at the tablet, they won't sell you it. They won't sell you it. The best I've had, the best I've ever had, I'll be honest, was a cream called Mithra. That was shit hot. But trying to get that stuff is like rocking horse shit now. And other than that, I use TKTX genuine. Make sure it's genuine because there's a lot of snides. There's a couple of ways to tell. I found somewhere that's genuine. So I use TKTX. I sell TKTX, and it is genuine. Clients like the TKTX. What I will say is lidocaine based. Everybody's tolerances to lidocaine is different. And all the creams are lidocaine based. So where some people that work 5 hours on, some people only work half an hour on, vice versa. It all depends on part of the body that it's on, how long it's been on, how much, shall we say, the meaty area, fatty area it is for it to soak in. So vice versa, preparations for putting it on. But I only use TKTX. The Mithra was good. Stevie, was it you I sent the link for Bactine? Did you get Bactine through? If you did, because mine come through no problem, and that was a good price for UK. That was a bloody good price for UK. Stevie agree, what we got to say there, yeah. So you'll feel better now, PJs. It should do. Smokey should do, because as I say, I think you were expecting the worst and it won't bad at all. Bradley, you always get one wanker impact, don't you? That's always got to make you say it. Rub it in, beep, 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 makes you younger. I'm not saying it. I am not saying it. You say you can. I hear rub it in makes you younger. And, well, you think so? I'm actually 104. I do tell people I'm only 52, but I'm actually not 51. But using that actually does make you look younger. Smells nice too. Stay up. Thanks for your time, Andy, and knowledge. Much appreciated. Have a good one. Same to you, buddy. You're doing really well. I like your style on learning. I like that you're keeping it real. All the best in the future. Hope to see you back here. And I'd love to see you continue in the tattooing. Keep working, mate. See you. We're still learning. Great job, great live. Yeah, good luck, people. Yeah, likewise. Have some more drawings soon. Yeah, well, love. Stevie, me too. Need to get my finger out. Yes, you do, Stevie. If you hadn't done this, Andy, I wouldn't have the teacher. Well, it is what it is. We can just like I've said to you before, it's hard. Try to convey, try to speak it, try to point it out. Whereas, like I said, with Mike, where it's got into a point now where it's frustrating for me because I can see what you need and I can see where you need help. Try to convey it. So it's frustrating me. Whereas if you could, 2 or 3 days, just physically stood up with somebody on a few sessions, I'll say 2 or 3 days, but don't have to be every day. But spread it where you could physically stand at the side of somebody and look. Do one little bit, then correct them instead of them doing a whole piece. Would get you guys on leaps and bounds in probably a quarter of the time, but it's just not a thing that's possible to do, unfortunately. It's to be there over you guys' shoulders. And I understand trying to get apprenticeships, trying to be time and look over your shoulders, and that it's hard. It's just not happening, unfortunately. Danik, there you go. It's again, but not saying it. Bradley, yeah, not saying it. Andy might get sponsored from Johnson and Johnson. I might do. I can't actually believe somebody actually You guys there when somebody actually paid on Dave's live? And I think did I have to say it? I think 3 times I actually said it. I weird. Um, you know, jumping on thing. Kenneth, how you doing, mate? Good show, Andy. Cheers. I'll catch you guys next time. Gonna run. Take care, buddy. Take care. Smoke my numbing cream is my mind. Gonna look cool. Yes, mate. I got some. Oh, so were you? And I'm assuming it was your back team. Yeah, I ordered. God knows how many bottles. Steve. Um, and they all come through. Only thing I will say, which I ain't going to complain, they'd wrapped them. Obviously, they'd wrapped them up. If mine were individually bagged, you know, taped the tops to try and stop it. But jingling about, a couple of bottles, a little bit leaked, you know, that little sprayy thing. I think 2 bottles were a little bit damp and a little bit wet, but they were still full. They wasn't empty. They were still full. I ain't going to complain because I got them for basically it worked out the next cheapest place I can get them, Stevie, in the UK. I think they worked out £16 a bottle. The next cheapest place I could get was £24 a bottle, so it's half the price. You know what I mean? Nearly 50% dearer again on the top. So that's why I just started the drip lot, got it sent in. Um, Bradley, Lolanda. Yeah, I just use I use just for men hair and beard smoke. That's how you look younger, lol. Yep, whatever works for you. Whatever works for you, mate. Uh, distinguished gentleman. Stay ups. I usually miss the lives. Also, YouTube is bad. Yeah, look, YouTube is bad. It's been particularly bad tonight. I do apologise. Again, as I say, I've been out, I've come back, and I quickly throw a thumbnail together. I didn't know if I'd be back in time, so I quickly throw a thumbnail together, blasted it on, and usually I would say thumbnails need to be on. These lives probably need to be scheduled maybe an hour before they go live to get into the system and then to get it out. It's just weird. It's really weird. Last week I got it up to 1.5 hours before. But all I can say is on your notifications where it says subscribe and then your little bell icon. If you press your bell icon and make sure that all is pressed, then you should get them. You should get them. Well, again, YouTube's weird. And especially, shall we say, with small channels, bigger channels, all seem to get favoured, but hey, oh, right. What are you, Bradley? Yeah, we're me and yeah, right. One time anyway, it was. Right, right. Honestly, I'm sure it was. But what's that? Night, Danny. Got to get off. Smell like Vagabond. You know that. You will smell like you work in a garage. It helps the tap. Right. Never heard of it. That's an interesting one. Might have actually bag. Might even look that up. Just for shits and giggles. Jason, good night. Oh, it's no problem. Have a good one, everyone. See you next week. Oh, Dave's doing something this week. I don't know. I'm gonna have a word with Dave, see what he's doing. I forgot that he's been busy this week in new shop. He's trying to build the clientele. He's been rattling out stencils. He's also had tattoo class that he's been doing. I'm not 100% sure of what it was. That's been taking up one of his days, along with his move to Texas and everything. I know he's desperate and he's dying to get back on YouTube. He's just got a lot of commitment, a lot of setting up, and a lot of getting everything done. But he hasn't gone back. I will try and have a word with him and see what's happening. Stay ups. I don't have social media other than Facebook, and I don't really use it for anything. Look, Stefan, I get it. Like Smoke and some of these others. To be fair, mate, it's quite a good one because all it is it's somewhere where you can upload your work. But guys over here and around here, even Smoke didn't have one, but he's been got one. Uploaded some bits of work, and then they could follow you. You could follow them. This, that, and another. But again, that's entirely up to you. It's so easy to do. Just take a photo, upload it, and you can put it on here. Guys can help you out. You can message some of these guys through Insta. I get messages through Insta regarding YouTube stuff and everything. But that's entirely up to you. Welcome, appreciate your take night. Stay up, so see if I remember. Just see whether you do it. Well, guys, as I say, I know a lot of mailing. It's getting quiet now. We've been on for way longer than what I ever thought I was going to be on. We've been on for 2 hours, 46 minutes. So I've probably got about another minute or so. Jason, I think you've been pretty quiet lately, Jason. Yeah, Smoke's got extra friends who are bugging him too. Again, it's just so easy to do. Just slap it all in chat, your Instagram. Guys will come and find you. People will come and find you. Put your stuff up. They can help you out. You can ask questions, follow them back, message them, whatever, vice versa. It's just something we've all sort of like done. A lot of people, it's so easy, it's so quick with it, rather than Facebook and all crap that goes with that. It's just one of them things that most of us have an Insta account now and just grab it that way. Right, guys, look, it's well past my bedtime because I am as no fat and I need to go have my tablets and my jello and have my nappy changed before they put me to bed in old people's home. And don't think that I've done a runner. You know what I mean? I ain't snuck out over the fence after I've had my cocoa tonight or something like that. So you're welcome. Don't you got night, ladies and gents. Dinner almost done. Have a safe good week. Glad I was able to go live and share your input and all. You don't, no problem. You're welcome, mate. Anytime. Take care. When you dinner. I hope it's nice. And hope you managed to catch another one, buddy. And we'll see you in again. So with that, guys, I am gonna turn it in. Unless there's any quick last thoughts, which I don't think there is. I appreciate it for sending work in. To say that a bit slow at the beginning, we've got a few pieces in. I got to manage to spend a bit more time on your pieces as is, because there's not as many to go through, which is quite nice as well. Stevie, you're welcome. Nice to see you back in it, brother. And hope we get to see you back in some more. Hope we can get to win some more now and maybe send a few bits in if you feel like it. But again, guys, with that, I will say good night. Stay safe, and we will see you in the next one. Look forward to seeing you next one, whether it be Sunday or whether it be next Thursday. I don't know. Just make sure you put notifications on. If you give the video thumbs up on your way out, I will totally appreciate it. And again, guys, thank you for turning up. I appreciate you all. I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.